Welcome along then to the final moments of peace before a grid full of the world's fastest racing cars fire into life and charge down towards the scuffle of turn 1. The Circuit Paul Ricard then, a 3.6 mile track, 25 miles east of Marseille. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, with the main overtaking chance expected going into turn 8. Top speeds today should be around 205 miles per hour. I'm joined again today by none other than Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, obviously there's a lot of development work that goes on with these cars between the races. You've been both a test driver and a race driver. What differences are there in the way you approach those roles?
Interesting question, Crofty. They're two very different mindsets. I mean, when I tested for BAR, we had full in-season testing where, per driver, you'd cover up to 15,000 kilometres per season. And in that role, it was more about working for the team, trying to help them improve the car and drive as systematically as you could, so that that data could be analysed in the most consistent way. When you're lining up on the grid for a race, however, your frame of mind's all about what you can get out of the situation on that day, and the car's the tool to help you achieve what you want. You still want to focus on setup, of course, but it's more about the here and now, getting yourself as far up the field as possible, and less about development work for the future.
Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday, let's take a look at how the cars line up. Kimi Räikkönen starts today from pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Hamilton, Sebastian Vettel and Bottas, Magnussen, Grosjean, Van Dorn and Esteban Ocon, Sainz, Hülkenberg, Fernando Alonso and Perez, Sirotkin, Hartley, Marcus Ericsson and Lance Stroll. Gasly and Charles Leclerc rounds off the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage. Okay, entering lap 3 now. DRS has been enabled. The stewards will give you a penalty. We've been awarded a time penalty. We'll go against our finishing time at the end of the race. Time penalty for that last incident. This is your final lap of the race. Yourself from now on, we're going to end up disqualified. We've been awarded a time penalty. We'll go against our finishing time at the end of the race. That's the end of the race. We'll see you in Parc Fermé.
Well, what a drive that was to take the win for Ferrari today. Tell me, Ant, what was the key to this success?
Well, I think the track conditions just really suited their car today. Wind, track temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when the tyres are just at the right temperature. So the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their car just looks so comfortable out there.
And as we can see, it's time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step. Fantastic win for Ferrari. And now I'd like to ask you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Well, after a drive like that, it's got to be Charles Leclerc, hasn't it? Very clean, very smooth. He can be really pleased with that one.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.